I never thought a spilled cup of orange juice would change my entire life. But there I was, late for work, my son's tiny hands still sticky from breakfast, when the CEO of the company I just got hired by looked at me with those storm blue eyes and said, "I need a boyfriend to meet my parents this weekend." She paused, staring at the ring my son kept twisting on my finger. "And you're a single dad, right?" My heart stopped. Because she wasn't just any CEO. She was Amelia Hart, powerful, brilliant, and the last person I expected to notice someone like me. The day had begun like chaos in motion. I was juggling my briefcase, lunchbox, and 5-year-old, Liam, who insisted his dinosaur toy deserved its own seat on the bus. He giggled when I tickled him to keep him from crying, and his laughter was the only thing keeping me brave enough to step into a new job after years of struggle. His mom left without a goodbye, leaving me with emptiness I buried under responsibilities. All I wanted was stability for him. This job meant hope, but fate wasn't done surprising me. When I entered the elevator, panting and nervous, Amelia was already inside. She stood tall, perfectly polished, carrying the aura of someone who owned every room she walked into. Liam looked up at her and said, "You look like a queen." She glanced down, surprised, and smiled. A real smile, not the cold business kind. I should have known the universe was up to something. Later, during the employee introduction meeting, I spilled juice all over her expensive white suit. The entire room went silent like the world had stopped breathing. I apologized 1,000 times, ready to be fired before I'd even started. But she shook her head, handed me a napkin, and said, "It's fine." "Really?" Her voice was soft, unexpected. That was the moment her mother called. I tried to step away to give privacy, but everyone heard, "Amelia, darling, don't forget to bring your boyfriend to the family dinner. We're excited to finally meet him." Amelia froze. Her jaw tightened. She stared straight at me, and something shifted in her eyes. She dragged me aside, desperate and breathless. "I lied to them. They think I'm not alone. They think I'm thriving. My father, he wants proof. I need someone to go with me this weekend. Someone who looks like he belongs." She looked directly at Liam, who was now holding her hand like they'd known each other forever. "You. Both of you." I laughed nervously. "Me? Pretend to be your, yes." Her voice cracked. "Please." I saw something in her I never imagined, fear. She wasn't just a boss. She was a daughter trying to keep her heart from breaking, and I said yes. The ride to her family's estate was silent at first, except for Liam asking a million questions. Amelia's gaze softened every time she answered him. Like walls slowly melting away. Still, I saw the tension in her fingers gripping the doorway of her car. She confessed her family defined love by success. She had to prove she was enough, no matter the loneliness she buried inside. When we arrived, her parents greeted us with wide smiles and hopeful eyes. They held my hand, hugged Amelia, and lifted Liam into their arms like they'd been waiting their whole lives for us. I saw Amelia's shoulders relax, a weight she carried for years began to fade, but the peace didn't last. At dinner, her father asked me where we met. I stumbled through a story that didn't quite fit together. Amelia jumped in, weaving emotion with detail, speaking like every word was truth. Our eyes kept locking, pretending felt terrifyingly real. Then her ex appeared. Tall, polished, smug. The kind of man who expected everyone to admire him. He smirked at Amelia's father. "So this is the new guy? A single dad from nowhere?" My fists tightened. Liam looked scared, but before I could speak, Amelia stood. "He's a good man," she said firmly. "Better than anyone who's ever tried to own my future." Her ex scoffed, "This is fake, Amelia. You don't even love him." Suddenly everything paused. Her family stared. The lie trembled in the air. Amelia's voice barely rose above a whisper. "I do." It knocked the wind out of me, not because of the words, but because for the first time. I believed her, her ex stormed out, humiliated. Her parents' expression softened with relief and pride, but when the door closed, reality hit us both. This wasn't real. Right, that night, I tucked Liam into his guest bed. When I stepped into the hallway, Amelia was waiting. She looked unsure, like the strong CEO was gone, replaced by someone who felt too much. "Thank you," she whispered. "For helping me breathe tonight." I smiled gently. "You did that yourself." We stood in silence, hearts too close. Then she turned, whispering, "Good night," but her voice carried the ache of everything unsaid. That I lay awake, watching moonlight stretch across the ceiling, wondering when pretending stopped feeling like a lie. Because as crazy as it was, I think I was already falling. The weekend ended, but everything had changed. Back at work, everyone treated me differently, curious stares and whispers followed. Amelia tried to go back to being the untouchable CEO, but Liam ruined that plan daily. He waited for her outside her office with drawings, her wearing a crown, him holding her hand. She kept every picture point. One day, she asked if she could join us for our evening walk. Liam made us hold hands. "Family has to hold hands," he insisted. Amelia looked nervous but didn't let go. Her fingers were warm and trembling. She confessed something then. As we pushed Liam on the park swing, she said she never believed in the kind of love that stays. Her own heart had been taught success was the only thing worth protecting. But Liam showed her something different. She whispered, blinking back tears, "I want to be someone worthy of him looking at me like I'm magic." I swallowed hard. "You already are. But love isn't a straight road." At a company event, investors confronted her about office rumors, accusing her of favoritism because of me. Amelia panicked, distancing herself like she regretted everything. "Maybe we should keep our boundaries clear," she said sharply. It shattered me. Not the rejection. The fear in her voice, like she was protecting herself from hope. I tried to stay professional. To act like my heart wasn't breaking every day. Then Liam got sick. I rushed him to the hospital, terrified. Amelia was the first to arrive, out of breath, heels still on, kneeling beside him. She didn't leave his side for a second. When Liam finally smiled again, she held my hand, tears streaming silently. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I pushed you away because I'm afraid." But when I saw him hurting, I realized something. I don't want to live a life where I have to pretend you're not mine. My breath caught. Her hands tightened on my cheeks. "I love you," she said. "Both of you." This time, the words were real. I pulled her into my arms, finally letting my heart believe. Liam hugged us together, tiny arms binding what fate began. Maybe love doesn't always arrive wrapped in perfection. Maybe it spills like juice. Arrives late. And looks like second chances. As long as it stays, it's enough.